Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. So in this video, what we're going to be doing matte paint protection film install on the side of this box on this 2022 Ford F-150 in Atlas Blue. So in video number 1, we did full hood. I'm going to link that video in the description below. But in this video, we're going to be doing a bulk installation. And the reason we're going to be doing bulk is the patterns just weren't that great, to be honest with you. There was lots of seams in areas where we didn't really need to have seams. So what we're going to be doing with the bulk install is we're going to be getting the film nice and close and tight up in that gap over there. We're going to be wrapping this leading edge. There won't be no seams down over here. And then we're going to get nice and deep over here as well too. And then if we come over here, we remove the tail light so we can wrap the film around there as well. And then we're going to be wrapping the film around into where the tailgate would go over here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, just gonna pull the film back, spray a bunch of slip solution behind the film. There we go. Just temporarily, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tack that into place. It's gonna start to fall down. So I'll get some tack solution just to lock that into place for now. Now we'll come over here. And I'm gonna pull the film back. The more slip solution, the better. You cannot have too much of it. There we go. Now, I'm just spraying some slip solution over the top of the film, just so the squeegee is going to glide properly. Now we're going to start over here on this end and we're going to work our way back. So I'm going to get my tack solution over here. So I know I temporarily tacked that down there. So now all I'm going to do is just get this down. Got enough to wrap over that leading edge. And that's exactly what I want. Now, just got some tack solution there. Hold that right there. I'm going to lock that down. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get this corner tacked down. So I'm just spraying some tack solution in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it around and stretch that into place, just like so. Go. Now, I'm going to do the same thing right over here on the bottom. Now on the bottom, I got a lot of film that's going to be in the way. So I'm just going to cut a good corner off there. Get some tack solution right there. Same thing. Actually, could probably cut more off. So just carefully, I don't want to cut any paint on the rear bumper. There we go. I'm actually going to make a relief cut right over here as well too. Get rid of that. Get some tack solution right there. Now, just get some right there. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we can move on. Now that I have my corners tacked down, I'm going to come back over here to the front. As you can see, it's already started to pull towards the back. All I'm going to do now is just going to take my knife, come over here, cut some of that excess off, get some tack solution over here. Now I'm going to take and pull the film away, and I'm going to stretch it out so it's glassed out nicely. Now I'm just going to get a bit of tack solution right in there. Just come along like this. Okay, there we go. That's popping, so I'm just going to put a little bit of tack right in there. Just to get that down. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to start squeegeeing everything out. So come over here. I'm going to get some tack solution in here. I'm going to pull all this air that's built up. Well, it's more so over here, but I'm going to pull the air down right over here into this valley. Just with my hand. And then I'm going to take and give a little bit more. I'm going to hold this down right here, and then just with my finger, just going to hold that down. Squeegee part of that out into the wheel well, and then squeegee the other part out behind the box. Now, because of how flexible these squeegees are, they can contour to that valley really, really nicely. Go. That's down. Okay, now that I got that down, I'm just going to take everything over here and push it out over there. So I always want to angle the squeegee downwards, make sure I'm not. Do have a little bit of air pockets there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and introduce some slip solution in there. Go. You see how that's locked down there? Nothing's going to flow into there. So what I'm going to do, just like I was mentioning, overlapping squeegee strokes with the squeegee angle downwards. There we go. Now, we can start to move over. So, I'm going to get some slip solution underneath the film. We got our sticking point right there. Just gonna, there we go. There, nice. Okay, now I'm just gonna take and pull the film. I'm going to take and pull the film down because I want to start to get this air out from underneath here. There we go. Now I've created a little bit of an issue by getting this tacked down. I got the film building up over here and I can't really pull it down to get rid of it because it's already tacked there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and pull it up over here. First I'm going to take and get a bunch of solution down. I'm going to come back over here. Even though I've been installing for a number of years, I find myself, oftentimes get carried away, moving a little bit further than I probably should be. This is one of those times. It's not every day you're doing a bulk matte PPF job. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and cut off a little bit more of this excess film. Take my tack solution and spray it right over here. And just gonna take and pull the film. If you're a professional installer and you're watching this, you're probably shaking your head right now. But we'll throw this up anyways, because even though I'm a professional installer as well, I still have days where I shoot myself in the foot, this being one of them. Get that down. Go. Okay, now I'm going to take the film, pull it down. Getting a little bit better access to that area just to get that down so I can wrap that later on. Now right over here, got that down with tack solution. Go. Okay, now we have this section right over here, which is always fun to do. Now, all I'm going to do is just run my finger through here, get that to lay down. I'm just going to take and push this air all the way out. Now, I'm just going to angle my squeegee, get it in that groove. Just back and forth, always angling that squeegee so all the solution's coming down. There we go. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna leave about inch and a half left that we're gonna wrap. Oh. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do over here is I'm just gonna take my tack solution and I'm gonna flush this out. All that slip solution that's in there, if I try and wrap it, it's not gonna wrap. So I need to get rid of all that. So I'm just flushing it with my tack solution. If you're curious how you mix tack solution or your solutions, I have a link to a video that I did a couple years ago. That will be in the description below. So now I'm just going to take and run my thumb right along that edge. I'm going to follow it up. Oh, and then I do that. That did not work the way it was supposed to. Actually, come along right here with the squeegee. There we go. We have a clip right over there, so I'm just going to stop right there. Now I'm just going to follow up with the squeegee one more time. Got a clip right over there, or a holder for the mud flap. There we go. That's down. Okay, that's good. I'm going to let that dry out. Now we'll go over here to the front of the box. What I am going to do is take and I think what I should do first is I'm going to come along right over here and just get this film tucked in on the top of the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blade, just really lightly, I'm going to come along right in that groove there. Then when we get to the corner, I'm just going to angle downwards a little bit. And then there we go. That's what I want. I gotta snap the blade off. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come along over here. I'm gonna leave roughly roughly 1 inch. Sit down to do this. There we go. Now, when it comes to wrapping this edge, I'm just going to take my tack solution, flush this edge out one more time. I'm going to start right down over here. This right here will be the hardest area to wrap, so all I'm going to do is just come in with a bunch of pressure on my finger. I'm just going to push that film right around that corner, and I'm just going to get that wrap just like that. It's much easier if you start here instead of starting at the top and working your way down. Then this will be a lot harder to wrap. So from here, I'm just going to go down. Make sure this isn't creating issues. There we go. Now I'll come back right over here. There we go. Got that down. Now I'm just going to run my finger back and forth, feel for any moisture. Just like so. And now just going to follow up with the squeegee. That's all but down. Just going to follow up with a heat gun after this installation just to get that all the way down. But it's not going to be peeling back anymore. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and trim off all the excess film along the very top of the box. So for something like this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to get it between this cap and the top of the box. I'm just going to press the film into there. And I'm going to use this as my guide for my knife when I do my trim. Actually, we forgot an area. Right here. Small little area. Take care of that first. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to start at the front of the box. I'm going to work my way back. So just find where I stopped with my knife. Just very lightly. Just going to follow that groove. So making sure I'm not putting too much pressure on. I know I am cutting all the way through, but I'm not cutting into any paint. So when I'm done, this should peel off just nicely. There we go. Now we're going to come to the front and we'll see if I did this right. Give it a slight pull. And it's peeling. I probably could have used a little bit more pressure. Just scored it. So anytime you're doing a pull like this, you don't. Oh, see, I didn't even cut all the way through there. So a situation like this, all I'm going to do is just re-snap the blade. And we'll do this again. There we go. Just what I wanted. Now we'll just peel it back. Make sure I'm not pulling on it too hard and accidentally, you know, cause the film to rip. That would suck. Had it happen though. I think most installers have had stuff like that happen before. Now I'm just going to follow up just with a squeegee. So all I'm going to do is just make a small little notch over here. Trim that. Just with my thumb, just going to get the brunt of that corner wrapped. Now what I'm going to do over here is I'm just going to trim off a bunch of excess film that's just in the way. I'm just going to come along with the squeegee, get that all squeegeed down.